Backstage WWE and AEW rumors. Latest on CM Punk, Goldberg, and more. Could CM Punk and WWE be working on extending the quickly agreed-upon deal that he signed upon his return last November? It appears that way. The straight-edge superstar headlines this collection of pro wrestling rumors and innuendo, which also features the latest on the company's plans for Goldberg, the return of a former NXT and United States champion, and an injury to one of the bright young stars on AEW's roster. Dive deeper into each topic with reports from some of the industry's most trusted insiders. CM Punk and WWE have been mutually happy with things just under a year since they reunited. Seen Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported that the two sides were engaged in talks a while back for something more expansive as things had changed since they abruptly put a deal together. The former WWE and World Heavyweight Champion has been a significant part of the company's product, despite suffering a torn triceps that kept him out of action for several months. His feud with Drew McIntyre was one of the best of the year from any promotion, and culminated in a legitimate Match of the Year candidate inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. He had previously announced his intention to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, so expect that program to kick off at some point. It is encouraging to know that both sides have sat down to iron out something more long-term, and that the reunion has been as fruitful for both as it has been. Punk has been a fixture backstage at NXT, where he has served as a mentor and advisor for some of the company's younger developmental talent. That is a role he has expressed his desire to fill beyond the end of his in-ring career, and it is one that WWE should be enthusiastic about him doing. Shinsuke Nakamura has not appeared on WWE television since his loss to Sheamus on the April 22 episode of Raw, but that should change imminently. Mike Johnson of PewInsider.com reported that the artist is expected in Brooklyn for Friday's SmackDown dual tapings. It is currently unknown what role he would take on the show, or if it is even meant to be his return to television, but Nakamura being backstage at a WWE event suggests the company has plans to reintroduce him to the product. One of the most decorated superstars of this generation, across both the NXT brand and the main roster product, he has accomplished nearly all that there is to in WWE outside of capturing the company's top two championships. With Cody Rhodes having already feuded with and defeated him, and Gunther seemingly busy with Punk and Damian Priest imminently, it is unknown where Nakamura fits in unless the plan is for him to resume his role in the mid-card, which would feel like a major letdown for a performer of his magnitude. During the latest Backstage Pass podcast with Bill Apter, WrestleVotes reported that WWE does have plans for Goldberg shortly, though what those plans are remains a mystery. The report was in response to a question about Goldberg potentially interfering in the upcoming Crown Jewel Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Gunther, and avenging the verbal insults hurled his way by the ring general. Considering the quality, or lack thereof, of Goldberg's in-ring performances toward the end of his last run with the company, no one can fault fans who want nothing to do with watching another one of his matches. Still, the nostalgia factor is there, and he is still a recognizable enough name that people who watched during the 1990s but do not regularly watch now will pop in to see what he is doing on any given show. Perhaps those underwhelming performances fuel Goldberg and make him want to have one last retirement match to go out on. If so, hooking him against arguably the best wrestler on the planet is the right move. Hologram scored the win over the Beast Mordos at WrestleDream on October 12, but came out of the match worse for wear. LuchaBlog reported that he suffered an injury in that match and may not return until Full Gear on November 23. Hologram was in the midst of an impressive unbeaten streak in AEW, and was finally building momentum outside the confines of the Saturday Night Collision show. The Mortos match was his first on pay-per-view, and even though his push feels anything but natural, he was beginning to win fans over. The wrestling world has been buzzing with rumors and speculation, fueled by both recent events and cryptic social media posts from some of the biggest names in WWE and AEW. With the industry's landscape constantly shifting, particularly in the post-pandemic era, several stars find themselves at the center of discussions about their future. Whether it's about surprise returns, contract negotiations, or even retirements. In particular, CM Punk and Goldberg remain at the forefront of these conversations, as both men's paths have become hot topics of backstage chatter. Let's dive into the latest buzz and examine what's next for these wrestling legends and others. #CM Punk's potential return, a wrestling enigma. CM Punk is no stranger to controversy, and his name has once again ignited speculation across wrestling fan bases, from WWE loyalists to AEW diehards. After his tumultuous exit from AEW, following the infamous Brawl-Out incident at All in 2023, many fans believed Punk had finally closed the door on his in-ring career. However, recent backstage rumblings suggest otherwise. Punk, known for his rebellious attitude and anti-establishment persona, has reportedly been in discussions with both AEW and WWE regarding a potential return. Sources claim that Punk is open to one last major run, possibly culminating in a farewell tour, though details remain scarce. The primary issue is the fractured relationship between Punk and several key figures in AEW, notably the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Despite these tensions, there have been rumors of internal AEW talks aimed at mending fences, with Tony Khan allegedly considering a meeting to see if a reconciliation is possible. WWE, on the other hand, presents a different opportunity. Punk's departure from WWE in 2014 was acrimonious, to say the least, but time heals all wounds, and Vince McMahon's retirement, coupled with Triple A's leadership, may have softened the edges. In fact, recent reports indicate that Triple H himself has had informal conversations with Punk, gauging his interest in returning to WWE. The creative potential for Punk to face top stars like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, or even Cody Rhodes is tantalizing, and the allure of a blockbuster WrestleMania match cannot be ignored. Still, the primary obstacle in any Punk return would be trust, both from management and the locker room. His departure from AEW left many with a sour taste, especially given his reported backstage clashes with key figures. If he returns, Punk will need to rebuild relationships, not only with management but also with his peers. Could we see a surprise appearance by Punk at Royal Rumble 2024? Or perhaps an unexpected return to AEW at one of their big events? Only time will tell. #Goldberg. One last run or retirement? Bill Goldberg has been a larger-than-life figure in professional wrestling for over 2 decades, known for his intense persona, jackhammer finish, and explosive entrance. However, at 57 years old, Goldberg finds himself at a career crossroads. Over the past few months, rumors of one final retirement tour have been swirling, with both WWE and AEW reportedly interested in working with the former Universal Champion. Goldberg's last match in WWE came against Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2022, and it was widely speculated that this would be his swan song. However, Goldberg has remained non-committal about his retirement, stating in interviews that he still feels he has one more match left in him. This sentiment has fueled speculation that he could return for one final farewell tour, likely culminating at a marquee event like WrestleMania 40. Interestingly, AEW has emerged as a potential destination for Goldberg's final run. Tony Khan, known for bringing in veteran talent to add credibility and draw attention, is reportedly interested in signing Goldberg for a limited series of matches. With AEW's ever-expanding roster, a dream match between Goldberg and powerhouse stars like Wardlow or Miro could be an attraction for the promotion.